Hey there. If you need a break from the music, it's quieter over by the arcade machines.
Hey, good to see you back. What can I do for you? Sorry, it's being rented out for a private party tonight. Hybrid night. I try not to judge, but I don't think this is your crowd. What are you having? Remind me.
Dictionary, the Open Alcoholopedia says...
Oh, I got this, sweetie.
Well, wait,
Sometimes I think I'm just holding up the bar rather than running it.
No, I just memorized all the drinks. You're better with the customer. This one is...
Thank you, hon. Here you go.
How did you know what I was planning on ordering? Well, at least keep me company while I drink it. I'm Caitlin. I'm usually a lot more sociable. Things have just been rough today. My brother's going through gene therapy. He still has to go in at least twice a week for health and maintenance. There are Human Revolution protesters outside the clinic making it even harder for him. They're always outside harassing anyone coming in. It's exhausting. No one else lives around here, so I'm kind of all he's got. But it's not a big deal. He'll be done with the main set of treatments in a few weeks, and we'll be free of them. I just feel bad for everyone else they're messing with. Aw, thanks a lot. I'm lucky to have him. So, there's plenty of people here. What made you want to talk with me? Oh geez, this really is my favorite drink. I have to wake up early for class, but I'm at the club, so I guess I'm already too deep in. Well, don't spread this around, but to blow off steam sometimes, I like to write short... We'll see. Hey, it's been really nice talking to you, but I kind of feel like dancing now. You want to come with me to the VIP area in the back? have some friends who might be over there. We can hang out with them. They'll like you. Great, let's go.
Didn't I say to beat it?
We're guests of Caitlin. She said we could join her.
All right. But it's on her if you can't stay out of trouble.
Hey! You have an incoming call, priority marked as urgent.
Well, hope you come by again.
Excellent. Sorry for making up the call. I'm still getting used to the whole subterfuge thing you humans do. However, we can take another run at having a conversation with Jess. We have a dragon to slay. Onward!
I'm ashamed to say I've gone on a few assy spike benders in my time. I love vintage game experiences. Have you ever heard of Overblood? You know what I think is a cool name? Dog's Bower. Do you like wrestling? I can't wait for NSFW New Year's Smash! The Violent Wings, the Future Foundry. It'll be a real slobber knocker. Hey, did you know that I'm in a multicast VR drama with NSFW champion Kirigiri Soda? She's the World Heavyweight Champion. I can't wait for the NSFW Wrestle or Get Married show. You never know if it's going to be a match or a marriage. Or both. I can't wait for the cash and the chifferobe ceremony. Papa Loti really needs that money. He's a father. Did you know that William the Penalty Hayes doesn't believe in dinosaurs? Rumor has it, that's how he got kicked out of the Football League. It's offensive. Have you seen Cactus Canary's finishing move? The Chico Chico Bang Bang! I wonder who's going to take the Speedy Road speeding ticket this year. I'm ashamed to say I've gone on a few assy spike. I love vintage.
This is exactly.
And you're back. You know, as soon as I first saw you, I hoped you'd be dropped like a bad packet off the mesh net and I'd never have to see you ever again. So of course, I just got off the phone with Tomcat, practically begging me to help you out. You aren't so good at the long-term play thing, are you? You mean you don't stick both feet in your mouth every time you talk to a hybrid? Surprising. Let's just get one thing straight here. I'm only willing to talk to you because I owe Tomcat. I don't owe you shit. So if you want my help, you gotta do something for me. If you got a problem with that, tough. My neighborhood, my help, my rules. You know what makes me charitable? I agree to talk to people like you again to get things done. And you're back. You know, as soon as I first saw you... So, of course, I just got off the phone with Tom. You aren't so good at the long-term play thing, are you? Ever heard that first impression? Let's just get one thing. So if you want my help, if you got a problem with that, I need you to break up those human revolution protests. The ones at the Genus Clinic on Market Street. I'd like this handled with some stealth. Not that I expect you to know what to say. Either way, just get it done. I got clients in the middle of treatment cycles, and this media circus is making... That means it's making my life difficult. Let the bastards go march somewhere else. I'm just great. I'm peachy. My clients get harassed and beaten on the daily. I don't have the time or money to help them all, and I have jackasses like you bothering me on my one day off. So, you gonna braid my fur, and we can talk about all our problems and boys we like? Whoop-de-freaking-do, you figured it out. Well, fine. Have it your way. You want to know what my deal is? You really want me to get sappy? Skin cancer. Stage 3. My prognosis was so advanced that the doc said my bones were already lost. So I had to do something drastic. Completely restart my biology from scratch. You ever seen someone with a severe gene splice? From something freaky, like an insect? That's where hybrid tech began, you know. Where my therapy started. You can't imagine what it's like to have children cry from just looking at you. When people just see you and sprint the other direction. I had police following me everywhere I went. Eventually, I was lucky enough to qualify for the cute kitty cat cure to override the expression of the chitin. It changed my life. I have my job and purpose because of it. The fur doesn't scare the rest of the world too much to let me exist. Better an otaku's fluffy wet dream than the monster from a horror VR drama from Japan. My mom still can't look at me straight. Not to get even mushier, but as a kid, she would sing me a song as she counted all the freckles on my face. She hasn't let that go. You know how your folks look at you when they figure out you finally had sex or did crash? It's like that. All the time. Oh, now you're sorry. You haven't even heard the worst. The amount of gene therapy I underwent exceeded the limit that the Human Protection Act allows for procreation. So yeah, the government freaking spayed me, if it all wasn't hilariously dark enough. First I'm too ugly to look at, now I'm too screwed up to breathe. Saving my own life forfeited my right to be the Human Protection Act. Ha! Apparently protecting humans doesn't include me. Only genotypicals could live in this city and truly think they're the ones who need... In any case, I had some clean eggs frozen and we'll whip them out whenever I'm ready. Except keeping that shit on ice costs. And my insurance decided to just not pay up due to the elective nature of my feline gene. So I took those bastards to court. I've been doing the same thing. So, there you go. I got cancer, super science fixed me up and left me a freak, and then the government sterilized me, and everyone else gets to be the winner by default. Happy now? How's your savior complex doing? This Don't tell me you would have treated me better if you had. It's never... I need honesty more than sympathy. The amount of gene therapy... So yeah, first I'm too ugly to... Saving my own life. The Human Protection Act. Only genotypicals could... In any case, except keeping that shit on ice costs. Am I insured? So I took those bastards. So, there you go. I got cancer, super, and everyone else. Happy now? Yeah, I am. Now show me that you're on the right side. I'll be... Break up those protests.
All right, it sounds like we know what we need to do next. Let's go to Market Street and break up those protests for Jess.
Sorry, but I'm pretty wrapped up in...
Hey, good to see you. What are you having? Remind me. What?
Dictionary, the open...
Oh, I got... This one is...
Thanks, Honey Bear. Like what? Hey, hon,
This one is...
thanks, honey bear. Like what? Hey, hon,
This one is...
thank you, hon. Like what? Hey, hon,
This one is...
thanks, honey bear. Here you go.
Well, look who has good taste. I'm Sylvan. What's a wet drink like yourself doing here? Well, thanks for... The club is a little dead tonight, so... Tomcat? That flashy computer kid? They're always here. Not really my type. Too busy looking at their toys to see anyone around them. You meeting them? Oh, I do. Well, thanks for the drink, but I think I'm gonna play the room a little.
The trace amount of liquid.
Welcome to Stardust.
Well, there are the protesters. I have to admit that I still find the vandalism of Hayden's apartment puzzling. The protests themselves have been entirely peaceful so far, and the human revolution, regardless of the flimsy philosophical ground they stand on, are not a group known for projecting their ideology through unlawful means. The more I research them, the more I have to admit to the statistical conclusion that we're either dealing with a deceptive covert operations scenario, or less likely, a radical splinter group. Still, I doubt it will hurt to ask around. Fairlight said he was the one to talk to, and my mesh searches confirm that he is the leader of the local chapter of the Human Revolution organization. He's a bit player on the national scene, but he seems charismatic and camera-conscious from the video clips I've reviewed. Perhaps we could use that to our advantage? slogans are terrible.
Hello there! Would you like to hear about the dangers of our country's unchecked use of genetic modification? I have pamphlets. Here, take one. Oh, yes, Yannick called and said something about an investigation. He didn't elaborate, and I'm not sure how I might be able to assist with this. But if Yannick is involved, I'll do whatever I can. How can I help?
We found Human Revolution graffiti spray painted all over the apartment, and some things were stolen. I was hoping you might be able to point us in the direction of whoever did it.
Ah, well, the Human Revolution certainly does not condone such actions at all. We're a peaceful organisation, and threatening people is not going to earn us hearts and minds. Off the record, some of our younger members can be a bit overzealous, as any hot-headed teenager tends to be. I'll look into this matter personally, and if I discover that any of our younger members were involved, they'll be turned in to the proper authorities. I'll also let Yannick know anything I find out. Is there something else What questions can I answer? We hope to educate the public about the dangers of rapid technological advancements. We want to warn the country away from thoughtlessly accepting every scientific discovery we make before it's too late. We used to say that splitting the atom would surely bring about the end of humankind. But now we're changing the very things that make us human, our biology, with nothing to ensure our safety. The revolution we're after is humanity as a whole making the decision to remain as we were created, and return to how we lived before genetic science put us on the wrong course. This world is Icarus, flying too close to the sun. It's only a matter of time before our arrogance becomes our demise. Just because we can, doesn't mean we should. Genetic modification is one of the most dangerous sciences we've ever fooled around with. It's playing God on the highest order and threatens to unseat what humanity is altogether. Cybernetics is a dangerous path as well, selling off pieces of ourselves bit by bit for mechanical strength and resilience. But at least a brain-controlled android is still a human brain, even if in a metal box. There is a reason Congress enacted laws prohibiting highly modified hybrids from breeding. Now, I do not fault the individuals who come here for treatment, many of whom are disabled and deathly ill. If you ask me, genus isn't the kind of therapy they all need. However, we must take a stand against the medical research industry that would have us cast aside our humanity for their miracles. At our core, we are a peaceful movement and seek only to convince people to vote according to the truths we reveal to them. The human revolution has faith in American democracy. It falls to us to make sure that people are informed about the daunting and confusing. On a personal level, we would like to exhort every individual to try and live more simply and reject any gadget or med. Is there something else I can help you with? Of course! If you have any other questions, feel free to...
You clearly missed doing real journalism. I'm impressed. I think you're starting to get back into the hard-boiled investigative journalist thing. Hopefully we'll get lucky enough to turn up a new lead, even if this one didn't pan out like we'd hoped. I think he was considerably less deluded than my searches on the meshnet had led me to believe. Oh, well, he didn't appear to be lying, but I'm not equipped. You have more experience with this than I do. I'll continue observing you and try to discern a useful skill I lead on. Don't forget, we're still here to actually break up these Make sure to look around and think carefully. Let's not. Two's company. Interesting. A RSU climate control ROM. Apparently it is owned by the Hassie Bar based on this identification. No time to rest anymore, sleepyhead. We have... have all the basic Hassie flavors, but their specialty menu has other Hassie bar exclusive drinks like sassy Hassy, poison Hassy, classy Hassy, or a grassy Hassy shot.
Aw, that is the most adorable little ROM. What kind of model is it? Where did you get it? It's so moe. Oh wow, you don't see a whole... Must have taken ages to get that case looking that good, with the home printer too. I'm impressed. Anyway, what can I get you? A drink I can do, and I guess I have some time to talk. The protesters outside the clinic are driving off a lot of my regular customers. Filling up my bathroom too, jerks. So, what do you want to know? Oh, I never introduced myself, did I? I'm Ramona. I guess there isn't much to tell. I went to college, got a degree, took out a loan, and bought this place. Now I spend my days trying to find enough time and money to sustain my VR drama addiction. My priorities are justice, cute stuff, and magical girls, in that order. What else? I pretty much don't leave the store. Look, they've got the right to protest, but I don't have to like it. Once they're done with the hybrids, I know they'll be coming for me next. So I'll be voting appropriately. And if I have to unclog one more toilet because I'm an entitled, bigoted jerkface, I will lose my goddamn mind! Oh, you can't tell? I've got a cybernetic arm and leg, thanks to an AutoCAD crash when I was a kid. I also got neural links for VR interfacing. If it was up to those dinosaurs, I'd be stuck in a wheelchair right now. Or worse, depending on how far back they want to push our medical technology. It's already illegal for me to have a rocket-powered fist. What more do they want? Sorry. Otaku speak. I just mean he's really cute and lovable. And you kind of want to hug him forever, you know? A lot of otaku come around here. Probably because I own the place. I'm used to being able to shoot my mouth off and not explain all the jargon. Yeah, I know it's a bit out of fashion, but I'm a history buff. The past really gives context to stories of the present. You know what I mean? I've been to Tokyo twice already. The old otaku resist the new culture of the saishi in the same way their parents refuse to give up cassette tapes. Oh, sorry. The Saiba Shibido, the Cyber Den. In the early 21st century, Japan had an epidemic of chronic shut-ins, and the rise of direct link virtual reality only made that worse. Suddenly, people weren't just refusing to leave their rooms, they were refusing to leave their heads. But as the technology got better, the Saishi were the first to figure out how to use their own brains to sculpt cyberspace. Computers are good at thinking in straight lines, but the human brain is capable of so much more. The best virtual landscapes, the most real VR dramas and games are created by the Saishi. Now, even if an earthquake or a meteor or whatever leveled Japan, they still have Neo Tokyo built on the VR net. But enough babbling. If you're interested, I'm sure you can find more out on the mesh or use an induction helmet. It's a trip, especially for newbies. It does a good job, huh? Yeah. Well, technically, it's property of Hassy Holdings. We spent some mints on it, but the rest of the block helps pitch in for maintenance costs since I usually set it to patrol the whole area. You should check it out when we do Christmas in July. It can cover the whole street in snow, as long as it's cloudy enough to keep the sun off. Sort of like today. Sorry, but that thing cost me way too many credits to let just anyone poke. I would need to see some serious credentials before I let you mess with it. You know, enough to make sure you can afford to replace it if you... Otherwise, no touching. Okay. Dr. Yannick Fairlight. I've heard of him. Super rich guy? Used to own System 1? Why are you giving me his card?
Yes! He's getting on in years, and it would be useful for when he goes out and about. That's why we wanted to see it before.
Yeah, okay. I guess you can take a peek. Don't bust it, though. I scanned this card, and I swear if you break my ROM, I'll be calling your boss. Here's the RFID key to access it.
Thank you. This will surely be useful for our needs. Shall we go check it out? Would be okay to take that. Has multiple different climate control settings. Maybe we could make things a little more festive. Christmas is my favorite season. Should I switch it to snow mode?
It's snowing? Okay, people, I for one didn't bring any winter wear. Let's call it a day for now.
work. While I still have doubts about the moral superiority of using subterfuge to disperse a protest, we at least accomplished our goal peacefully. And to be frank, considering how the human revolution is clearly working against my personal interests, I won't waste many clock cycles puzzling that ethical quandary out. Might I draw your attention to those youths over yonder? Counterculture clothing, obvious bad attitudes, and graffiti paraphernalia. Those could be our suspects who damaged my home in the name of revolution. Right. We should approach them cautiously as to not start a confrontation with the wrong individuals. They may even point us to the true culprits. Oh no, they've noticed our attentions. Come along, maybe we can catch them. We'll never catch them on foot. Hold on, I'm calling for an auto. I know it seems a great deal of trouble for such a tenuous... The wicked flee when no man pursueth. The auto cab is estimated to take 5. We'll never be able to engage in... Perhaps we should call top. Maybe they can do some bit of tech. Excellent. Hold on while I connect.
Howdy, folks. How's the search for the data cache go?
Actually, that's what we're calling. We may have located the perpetrators, but they eluded us and are making their escape in an auto cab. We attempted to use a cab of our own to tail them, but it hasn't arrived, and they're... Can you hack the cab?
Oof, no can do, little guy. Security on those cabs is tight, and the dang thing will shut down its external net connection long before I get... Unless... Oh, I have an idea. Sit tight. Alright, that went faster than spit on a skillet. I did a job a few years back and had to break into the city's central traffic network. Do me a favor and don't ask. The back door I drilled into that long ago is still wide open. Wait. Oh, shit. They may not have fixed that back door, but they did install a new counter-intruder. Oh, the damn thing is... Virtual intelligence. They're kind of like Turing, except less creative and inventive, and definitely not sapient. But they're nasty enough at hunting down hackers and crackers if you're... I gotta take care of this VI. I'm gonna need the two of you to handle the traffic system. Turing, I'm passing... Hold tight. I'm gonna be doing some 2 sets of hands on 1 keyboard kind of hacking. Just push on the map and load it up on Turin's face. Sorry, Turin.
They're on the move!
Here's how it works. Use your display map to keep track of their cab and redirect it back to you. You can trigger traffic nodes at intersections so the cab thinks the streets are blocked off. Do it right, and you should be able to steer them right back to you. You just gotta make sure to stop them where you're at, or else they'll just go running off on foot. I'll put a goal marker on the map for you. You can trigger any node on the map at any time, so I'd say you'll have time for 2 moves every time they hit an intersection. If they go off the map, though, you'll lose them. Block every road that leads out of our grid, and watch the places with 3 exits you can't all cover in one go-around. Just hurry. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to keep this VI from messing on the carpet, and once I kill the connection, this...
I'll tap into the cab control node they're currently... Our top priority is to ensure they cannot leave the area. I'll mark the southern exit as closed first. We only have time to block off 2 routes before the autocab will make a decision and move. We shouldn't block the route back here. We have to stop them where we can catch them. Once you get them back here, press the big button on top of the map to short-wire the autocab. Be careful, if you stop their ride anywhere else, they'll just run off. What do you think our next...
Turn, I can't have you talking. It's messing with the signal.
It's up to you now. Don't let those punks escape, and don't... We can access any of the control nodes in the area. Got it? They're getting...
Don't panic just yet. I managed to force the cab to mosey back over to your grid. Definitely a one-shot trick, though. Be careful, y'all. This is your last...
No! No. They eluded us again. And I've lost connect. They must have cut the connect. But perhaps all is not lost.
Howdy, folks. How's the search for the data cache going?
Actually, that's what we're calling. We may have located. We attempted to use... Can you hack the cab and stop it?
No can do, little guy. Security on those cabs is... Unless... Oh, I have an idea. Sit... Alright, I went fast. I did a job a few years back and had to break... The back door I drilled into that long... Wait. They may not have fixed that back door, but they did install a new counterintuitive... Oh, the damn... Virtual intelligence. They're kind of like Turing, except... But they're taking care of this VI. Hold tight. Just push on the map.
They're on...
Here's how it works. Use your... You can trigger traffic nodes at intersections so that... You can trigger any node on... I'd say you'll have time for... Block every road that leads in. Just hurry.
I'll mark the southern exit. Only have time to block off. We shouldn't block the rest. Once you get them back here, be careful. What do you think our next move?
Turn, I can't have you talking. It's messing with the signal.
It's up to you now. Don't let those punks escape. We can access. Got it? They're getting...
Don't panic just yet. I managed... Definitely a one-shot trick, though. Those VIs are all over the path I used. Be careful, y'all. This is your last...
We've got them now. Let's go! I'm gonna go stop them, and then we can interrogate...
What the hell do you want? Who do you think you're messing with, huh? You ain't got nothing on us, and if you don't get out of my way, I'll mess you up!
Hey, what do you think we should do? We haven't observed them doing anything illegal, and we could potentially make this go over smooth. Or we could share news of this encounter with Lexi before things get out. These two seem agitated already, and it may be best to make sure they're handled. Those are the options I deduced. Questions or... It's up to you. How do you want to do this? We just have a few questions for you, sirs, if you'd be so kind as to give us a...
Did you not hear what I...
Maybe we should just answer their questions. I mean, we didn't do anything wrong, right?
Right! We ain't got nothing to hide! You a cop? 'Cause if you ain't, we ain't got nothing in the bag!
We're newbie street artists.
These are the tools of our trade!
These are all above board and legal. We just got done making a piece for a client.
That's right! We're artists! Running? Who was I running from? You calling me a coward?
I don't think that's what they were insinuating.
Right! We just got places to get to, and gotta go fast! You're holding us up!
Enough! Stop assuming you can misdirect us with blustery words and feigned ignorance. I've matched the hues of those paints and the patterns of the bottom of your shoes with 95% accuracy to the scene of Hayden Weber's apartment. Now tell us what you were doing there and why you stole...
Now you're accusing us of stealing?
Chad, I think they're onto us. Maybe we just answer their questions so they don't go to the cops?
Damn it, Oliver! I told you I'm Starfucker now!
I only went along with this because you said we would go to a movie afterwards. I don't even care about this human revolution stuff. Just because you're dad...
Don't talk about my dad! Fine. Whatever. We'll answer your friggin' questions. Aw, man, no big reason. I mean, he's a big hotshot researcher at Parallax, right? We heard a rumor his place was empty. Who's gonna pass up a sweet target like that? We don't need any more of this tech shit, like your lippy Rom over there.
Kidnapped? He's been kidnapped?
Shit! We ain't got nothing to do with that! We just sliced the door controls and trashed the place. Wasn't nobody there! I told you we didn't steal nothing!
Be quiet, Chad! I don't want to go to... Here, you can have it.
Okay, well, thanks for giving it back.
Yeah, whatever. Just get...
We hope you find that Hayden guy. And we're real sorry.
Alright, let's go catch that movie.
Great! Can we get dinner?
Sure. Whatever you...
That's not right. I'm certain I de- Incoming call from...
Hey, folks! Jess just called and told me she has a clear way to the access node. She'll get you inside, and I'll walk you through connecting me so I can access the Parallax net. Did you get the data cache?
Yes, those punks have...
Oh, great. We don't have time to worry about it right now, though. Go to Stardust and drop it off with Majid for me, okay? He'll hold it to pass on to me once I get there. I managed to trigger an alert within Parallax's network security, and they're gonna be moving their logs from one secure server to another. I need y'all in place of that access node before they do. No time.
No problem, Tom. We'll make our way there direct. We can worry about the weather, Rom. Let's go.
Hey! I told you jerks not to break my... Those protesters are gone, but I'm still not gonna have...
This Hassy hot cup is the perfect thing to warm me up.
Snow out of nowhere?
Wow, look at it out there. So magical.
Don't think I've forgiven you, you dingus. I better go get some Hassy hot cups going.
Well, all's well that ends well, right? I'll check the mesh for common issues with the mode selector on the 6703 ROM unit and forward. I'm certain she'll be able to get it turned off after...
I usually hang out at Stardust, but they don't serve food, so I come here for Hassy hot cups during the day. The Hassy bar owner has cybernetics. Those that do usually get along with hybrids better. I just got back from Europe. They have a long Hassy. I wish I could invent my own Hassy. I can picture it now. Hassy Blue Stinger. It's got that first-generation taste. Remember sitting around the fire on Christmas night, drinking Hassy with the family. Grandpa loved his Hassy. I loved Grandpa. You know what we call a bad Hassy? A myth. I wish I could buy a lifetime supply of Hassy drink. The taste of success is a Hassy. Man, I love this Hassy. Man, Hassy. Gotcha, Hassy. Hassy is always the best. Hassy. I usually hang out at Stardust.
Howdy! You can call me Cactus Canary. Our aerodynamic assault will rain down on you from the heavenly skies. But first, a Hassy hot cup. One day, I'll conquer everyone else in the Neo-SF Wrestling Federation and become the NSFW World Heavyweight Championship! Champion. I meant champion. Until then, I'm a Violet Wing for life. And a Hassy Hot Cup fan for life, too. Our aerodynamic...
Hey there, I go by Night Witch. My name has some pretty cool history behind it. We're some badass ladies who'll bomb hellfire on anyone. You should come to our New Year's show, NSFW New Year's Smash! There's nothing better than seeing one of our patented bombs-away finishers in person. We're gonna win back those NSFW Neverweight 5-person Cinco's titles from the future Foundry. Thanks for being a fan of the Violent Wing. My name has some pretty...
it will help in the end. Ready to head out?
Welcome to Stardust.
There's Majid. We should leave this data cache with him first, like Tomcat asked.
All right! Tomcat asked me to take that off your hands and pass it on to them later. I won't pester you about what it is. I know things are always very hush-hush with Tomcat. I'll make sure they get it later today.
Excellent. Thank...
Give me a few...
You again? All right, I'll...
You know what I think is a cool name?
Hey, I heard from my friends down the street that the protesters are gone. Must have been you, huh? Alright then. I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt and return the favor. Tomcat said that if you got to an old abandoned access node, you might be able to find out what happened to Hayden. I called up a buddy who's on night shift for Parallax tonight. He can buzz you in, but if anything happens, you broke in. This puts us at about even. Don't think about drawing any more debits for a while. Good luck. Keep me out of your shit.
I kind of feel like dancing now.
Don't bug people, please.
This is exact. I kind...
This is the place Tomcat said we should head to. Unassuming and quiet. I'll be honest, I don't think I would be in this section of the city without Jess giving us the all clear. The crime statistics are quite alarming, so let us get done with our errand here and move on to safer ground. I'm sure she will. Jess is a bit aggressive and standoffish, but I would not accuse her of being dishonest or... But I guess I did just meet her, and she is a lawyer, an occupation known for slippery thinking. Perhaps we should hurry this along. Tomcat is waiting for us to call them when we... Don't wake the nabot! Did I say nabots? I meant neighbors. Sorry, I'm really tired. Besides, this... You know, right after we found Hayden's apartment in such disarray, I started... I have never much considered doing any of it myself, but it seems like an interesting avenue to pursue once I move beyond abstract expressionism. The simpler tags, visual shoutings of identity and they exhibit a feeling I can sympathize with, but it's these larger pieces, riots of color and chaos, that really interest me. Petty vandalism is beneath me. For example, did you know that Los Angeles in the mid-2030s legalized the tagging of mural-style street art on any building without requiring permission? It was chaos of the highest degree for a while. Perhaps I will visit once this is all done with. Ah, I hadn't even noticed. Do you have much experience with gonzo journalism yourself, reporting after or during direct participation? If you do end up writing on this experience, whatever you produce would be the very definition of it. You're too close to be objective now, and you're a key subject. It doesn't seem to be your usual style, but you couldn't go another route at this point, and you're in the clear as you didn't instigate this. I've never had much interest in the practice, but spending so much time around you has taught me to look at events in a different light, perhaps only because I can verify your personal experiences as fact. Sorry, I'm rambling again, aren't I? And we're on a schedule. What if we don't find... What if we do? My memory processors are shot from the stress of the past day. But never mind. Let's find that access. Let's find Hayden.
Parallax Walk, AN-19 security.
Hello?
Yes, can I help you? I was wondering when you'd get there. You're at the access node on Cesar Chavez in Indiana, right?
That's right.
Good. Be quick. Don't touch anything. Got it? This conversation never happened, and you're on your own if you get caught out there. I hope you find what you're looking for.
This is it. Let's... This place doesn't look like it's had any maintenance in years. I hope the systems are still functional. Oh, I forgot you can't see in darkness. Maybe that switch over there adjusts... Oh, Tomcat is pinging us. Forwarding video.
Howdy! Y'all at the act? I'm set to slice in once turn makes physical act.
Of course, Tomcat. Just walk me through how to connect myself.
Just patch yourself into the links terminal down there, and I should be able to get started.
Connecting wirelessly to it now. Permissions granted. Please be careful.
Don't worry, doll. I'm an old hand at this. You won't. 1 sec. Oh, shoot. Y'all have a bit more to do before I can get the info. This system's still running on old cassettes, and the recall slot is empty. Can't call up Hayden's info. There should be a cassette on the opposite side of the wall we can overwrite with the recall program. Pretty sure all that one was used for was phone monitoring. You know, from back when phone networks were separate from data networks. I swear, y'all, I just turned 22. Anyways, we need to move that cassette across the room to access the records. Figure out how to do that, and hit me back up when you've done it.
According to this poster, the data cassettes can only be moved by using the links panel to control the utility arm. Loose wires, be...
Nice job! I'm gonna put some more pressure on them to move the data now, and we'll see if we can't slurp it right out of this network trunk. You would have thought that someone would have noticed and decommissioned this access node when the neighborhood went to hell, but this mouse is happy to play while the cat is away. Way back when I was a youngin', when I first hacked into Parallax's network, I mostly did it to make a point, yeah? They were just about to launch the meshnet system, and I wanted to show the whole darned world that their security had more holes in it than Swiss cheese. Of course, I wasn't too shy about poking in a few more holes of my own devising while I was there. After putting in some more tricky software backdoors, I went ahead and deleted this access node off the maintenance schedule. Then, I reassigned the guy who was supposed to keep an eye on it to a different location. They were in the process of buying up a whole gaggle of these nodes in preparation to set up a private network for themselves. All just to use for the meshnet launch. Maybe a little too confident of them. Most of the software holes have been patched out as they've upgraded their network, but this whole place is just as forgotten as I left it. I've been targeting one of their data centers with a botnet-driven DDoS attack, hitting every port into its network that I can find. Ain't likely to do much, but toss in a few attempts to crack the firewall and their VIs are shitting bricks. It's standard procedure for them to move their sensitive data to a different data set. Make enough noise and it'll scare them enough into taking some defensive action, which is where we want them. The files are more vulnerable in transit. Now y'all just hold tight. I'll be done with this lickety-split. Surveillance camera footage. Oh, God. Oh, Turin. I'm so sorry.
What is it, Tomcat?
He's gone, Turin.
Of course he's gone, Tomcat. That's why we're here.
Shit. I mean, he's gone, Turin. Hayden is dead.
Well, that obviously isn't right, Tomcat. Why would they kill him? Can you send me the relevant... You must have missed some...
I don't think you should see it, but... Parallax, had security cam footage from the hallway outside Hayden's apartment encrypted. It looks like Hayden started to struggle with a couple of big dudes when they broke... I also found some chatter about it on some darknet channels. It wasn't a kidnapping. Somebody... I'm so damn sorry.
Thank you for your assistance in this matter. I think I'll walk back to the apartment. I need some time to run some calculations about this new scenario. If you'll excuse me.
Should you follow them? I'm gonna keep digging through this data until they kick me out of this. I'll try to find some kind of lead on why this whole thing started. Maybe I can find something out about who killed Hayden and why Parallax. It ain't much of a silver lining, but maybe it's time to call it. Anyway.
You're back.